Okay, guys, I'm going to share my screen. Um, okay. Please confirm you can hear me, and you can see
Yes,
my
I
screen
can.
as
Can
well.
hear you.
Yes, I
You
can
can see
see
my
you too.
screen,
Yeah, and I
yeah?
can see your screen.
Okay, I think I should log in with my other phone so that, so I'm sure I can see my screen, and whenever it goes off, I'll be sure. Okay. Okay, let's get started. I believe you have your 2019 Excel. Do we all have 2019
Yeah,
Excel? Okay, good.
yeah.
Mm, okay, I don't know. I don't know how to get started right now. Okay, let me just close this and open it again. So Excel. So normally if you're launching your Excel app, this is how it comes up. So this is we did some stuff about this the last in the previous class, but let's just do some recap. And we didn't record the class, so I'll just take it extensively, not really recap. So this is what happens when you open your Excel. This is what happens when you launch your Excel. This is a blank workbook. I believe you can see my cursor. Is a blank workbook. This welcome to Excel, take a tour. Normally, when you open an application, they tell you a lot of things. So this is basically what you have here. And this formulas, pivot table, Power Query, all these pie charts are part of what you get to see. But you build these things up in a blank from the starting from the blank workbook. So let's get started with the blank workbook. I'm just going to click on the blank workbook. So I assume this is how yours is starting off. Please, if I'm doing it, be doing it too. That way you get accustomed to it. It won't be just talking and talking and talking.
Okay.
Mm, okay, so this is just okay. Let me just get started. Let me get started with this quick prints, customizing your Excel. Okay, wait. This is the Excel home tab. You have a lot on the Excel home tab. But first, let's start with file. Let me click on file. So when you click on Excel file, this is what comes up. This is exactly what comes up. So for here, this is the new. Click on it. It brings you out to that first interface, and then this is N. Now, and also, if you want to click on new, if you want to open a new worksheet, a new workbook rather, you can click on the shortcut is Control N. So let me do it. Control N. It opens another workbook. Now, this is how you know that this is another workbook. Okay, let me write something here. Let me write, okay, catching. So this is catching. Now, you want to know whether this is the workbook you're working with or you have a new workbook. Control N again. Control N. Sorry, I have to click out of the box. Then Control N, new. It opens a new workbook, right? So how do you check how many workbooks are open right now? You go to this tab here, where it's showing open, where the Excel is open right here. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this place is hovering now. If I
Yeah.
put my cursor on it, you see that we've opened several workbooks, right?
Yes.
Now, if you want to close, you can use Control W. Now you see, if you notice, it took us back to that cache before we open the last one. Control W again. Why it's asking to save is because I already have an entry on this workbook. That's the cache there.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll say
Yeah.
don't save. Then Control W again. It takes us back to how many did we open? So it's just this one now. Workbook one. This book one here. So that's it. So that's then go back to the file again. Save. This save it works more like if you use Microsoft Word, you find out that you find that you can, when you save a document, let's say for instance, I download a document. We'll be working with downloaded documents too. I'm going to download. I can share it if people need it. So if I have an already existing document and I worked on it, for instance, Kachi, this is a document, and now I want to save it. It's going to tell me to save as. Even if I click on, there's a shortcut for that, Control S. Now this place, this first icon you're seeing here, this tiny icon at the top left, right? Yeah, top left is save, right? And if you look at it, if you hover your cursor around it, it's going to show you Control S. That's Control Save, right? So if I say Control Save now, because I've not this workbook is not an existing workbook, it's going to tell me to save as. If you notice, it just took me straight to save as, because there is no name already. There is no name for that workbook. Do you understand me?
Yes,
Hello,
I
are we
do.
still here?
I understand.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, I
good.
understand. I
So
understand.
once you click on save as, this is just basic Microsoft this thing. You also use it in Word and in Excel and others. So if you click on save as, I've been clicking, this thing is just doing anyhow. I don't know what's going on. Oh. Come on. Okay. Oh, really? Sorry. So I clicked on save as. So it's now requesting for where do I want to save it, right? Do I want to save on a drive? Do I want to save on this PC? Do I want to add another place? Do I want to browse wherever I want to save it? So right now I'm going to save on this PC. So if I click on this PC, it's asking me, do you want to save it on documents? Do you want to save it on desktop? Now let me save on desktop. So here, I'm going to now put a name to use and save it. Let's not service spell catchy again. To use and save it. So I'm going to save with catchy. Now here, just watch this left part. It has this PC, it has this 3D object, it has desktop. The fact, if you look at where you know where your this thing is saving on, because sometimes it will not highlight on this place, right? Even if it might highlight anyway, but it might be up or down. But then this is the place where you know where you're saving your documents, right? Are you seeing this place? My cursor is hovering around.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you know. Once anything it brings out here, just know that that's where your document is saving. So I save it there on my desktop. So now if I go to my desktop, I'm going to see this catching. I have a lot of things opened here. Okay. So if I go to my desktop now, where is it? Look at it here. You can see it, right? It saves as Kachi here because that's what we used in saving it. So let's get back to work. So that's it. But then now I already have an existing workbook, right? So I can write Uju. I can write which name? Fermi. I don't know if I'm going to get the spelling correct, but I hope I do. So I have these three things now. Now I don't have to save as. If I want to do save as now, right? Now notice, if I want to do save as now, it's going to now save as like you have to give it another name, and Kachi will also be in existence. But now I'm already working on this thing. I feel like okay, I'm working on a particular document and I don't really want to save as. I'll just click Control S. Once I do Control S, it saves. Then you also have the provision for savers. Now you know how you're working on it. Do I want to save it as a new worksheet, workbook, or do I want to just save it as an existing workbook? That's the difference. So now on the file also, you look at prints. This print, when you're customizing this is print. It's more like, okay, how do you want to print your work? Let me click on it. This is it. You just give it the order by which you want to print your work. But then for me, because I had to actually download a new Excel to flow with everybody. So this notice there's this tiny thing here this tiny button after the do and undo and whatever. There's this tiny button like an inverted triangle, and then one is it, what's that, hyphen on top. Can anybody see it?
Yeah, I can see.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
If you
One
click
more
on it,
icon there.
yeah. If you click on it,
And
it's
you got
going to,
my name too.
okay, good. If you click on it, it's going to give you these options, right? So I quickly customize it. That print there, you can just put it there. It customizes. This is your print. So once you just open it, once you click on it, it takes you to that place. Instead of you going back and forth trying to clicking on file, clicking on another thing for you to get it, what you just need to do is click on it, activate it rather. You have to activate it first. Then if you go back to that thing again, you have your quick print. You can just click on it, and then okay, this goes. Oh. Okay, yeah, this is where it's telling you what you want to save the print as. Do you want to print it as a PDF file, or you want to save it as a PDF file, and all of that? Then there's this other one. Okay, that's okay. I think that's for printing. Then for sorting too, you can. For me, I used to customize it because I use this sorting a lot. So you can sort from A to Z, from ascending to descending. I quickly do these things because these are things I use all the time, right? So here you can sort from descending to ascending, right? So I just like customizing. You might not need it because these things are also here. You can still get these things here, but I just put it there so it will be quite easy for me, right? So for this share, literally, where do you want to share? Do you want to share with people? Exactly. When you're also working, probably you're working on a project with other people, you might be needing to share your work with them. So you can just share here. You can share via your email. You can share with people. You can share via cloud and all of that. Then exports. I don't really use this a lot. I've not even used it before. So let me not even start saying all of that. So here, this published to Power. Okay, this one has to do with Power BI. Maybe I'll have the time to take you on Power BI. I hope I do, but let's just finish with Excel first. This account, there's a place you also customize some things to. Yeah, I think here, these Excel options, you customize some things, but I don't think we'll be needing that for now. If we need it, we'll go to it. So okay, now that's that for this file. This is, I believe all of us are computer literate. So these things, this do and undo button, they're just there. But undo, you can just use Control Z for your undo. Just Control Z, you've gone out. Me, I'm not well accustomed to it. Yeah. I remember to use it sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I just go to this place and click on undo and redo and all of that. So that's that. So for this home tab, right? We are going to just get started. These things, this format paint, cut, copy. Okay, well, we can still do that now. But let me just get started with this place first, this tab here. So this is just the font type you want to use, right? So these things are just the general thing. Let me use general here and highlight the space, go to my font type. I can choose any font type. Like as you're choosing, the more you're clicking on different font size, the more everything is changing. So this is for here, this is the font size. Yeah. So you want it to be big, place it on 26, it becomes bigger. You reduce it, it becomes bigger. You also, whatever you do to it, it just becomes whatever you do to it. If you want it small, it becomes bigger, it becomes smaller. But then this is what happens. For me, I like using, if you notice, there's this big A, capital letter A, big capital letter A, and another big, a small capital letter A by the side. This is also font. Like this is if you click on it, it just me. I like using this one because it's quite swift. I just get to, instead of all these things blocking my view, like if you put it on this is blocking your view and you're trying to get it right and all of that. For me, I like using this capital letter A because it just tells me, okay, this is exactly how this thing is going to appear. Then for this small one, as you're clicking, is going down. This is basically what this thing does, but it makes it rather swift for us here. Then B is bold. Now I have this general here. This general, notice this general already comes in bold. Let's try and see if we can put it in bold again. No, it's not possible. It comes in bold because the font type is already bold. So if any font type that is bold, you cannot make it bold again. There's nothing you can actually do. The only thing you can do to make it bold again is just maybe you start clicking on the font size to come up and maybe become more prominent on your screen. Then then this bold, let me use another one. Okay, let's use this catchy here now. This catchy is not bold, it's not written in bold. Okay, sorry, I don't know if you're even going to be seeing the screen very well. Let me just increase it so that you'll be seeing it. So this catchy, I believe you can see it well now, but
Mm.
okay, so this catchy here now that I wrote, I can, if I want to make it bold, right, once I click on this box now, I can just do Control B. Did you notice it became bold? Instead of you going all the way to the top to go and click on B, it just goes bold on its own. If I click on italize, it italizes it. If I click on underline, it will underline. So this is basically what these things do for you. So for maybe you can use it as a marker, you can use it as whatever. This is how it works. So this is border. This is border. Now notes. I think this I was supposed to say this before the class started, right? This Excel, look at the way Excel works. Excel works with rows and columns. This is the row. Let me highlight it. This is the row, right? It runs from the left to the right. Then this is the column. It runs from top to down. And then each of these boxes here is called a cell. And for whatever you're doing in Excel, what Excel references is the box, which is the cell. Whatever you're working on Excel, what it references is, for instance, now I click on this catchy, right? I click on this catchy. If I click on this catchy, notice there's this place here, this formula bar here. Can you see this place? Where my mouse is hovering around?
Yeah.
Where is my drawer so that I can be using it to do these things? Okay, I don't think I activated my drawer, but it's fine. So this place that is hovering around now is the formula bar. So whatever cell you're referencing comes to that place. I clicked on Uju. Notice this place also turned to Uju. If I click on Feremi, this place also turns to Feremi. I click on General, it turns to General too. This is the cell that has General. It turns to General too. So whatever you're doing on Excel, just know that you're working with cells. And it's also important to pay attention to the cells because it's possible. Okay, for instance, now this general now, if you notice this place that there is NE, it didn't reflect on this place. It didn't reflect on the formula bar. You know why? Because it's the D6, that houses that general, the word general. It's expanded to this other side. It's expanded to this other site because it's just the way Excel is. But if you want to reference it and then go and click on maybe E6 or F6 or whatever, it's not going to show. You're referencing an empty cell. So whatever you're doing, you have to just pay attention to it. Then I think I'm done with that explanation. Let me just go back to what we were working on. So now here you have the alignments. You can choose now this is where we need an already existing file. Okay, let's just do a quick one here. Let's do a quick one. Okay, let's just do monthly budgets. I think I used this thing the last time. Monthly budget. If you notice, this thing is running. This monthly budget is utilized, but because these things were highlighted. So let me just remove all of them. Remove all these features on it. So this is monthly budget. What do you do? What do you use for your monthly budget? What do you buy in the house? You pay electricity bills. Please, anybody I get the spelling wrong, let me know. Electric city bills. This is the bill. Okay, this is the bill. Wow. Let me just use this as the bill. Then electricity. What else do you pay for? Gas. What do you pay for again? Um, please, someone should help me now. What do you pay for? What do you pay for? Okay, water.
Wastewater.
Waste, bar. Okay, groceries. Can I spell this one? Abby, there's supposed to be E in front, Abby. Okay, this is it. Okay. Okay. What's this one doing? We're coming down now. I don't they stretch you already. Okay, let's just work with it like this. I don't want to do Control Z here because if I do Control Z now, it will take out all of these things. But then, okay, so here, quick one. What are we going to do here? Okay, now let me expand this column. I have budgets here. I wanted us to work on this alignment. If I do top alignment, do you notice this thing shifted? It shifted up, right? This thing shifted up. If I do, okay, first of all, let me do. Okay, I think I can work with this thing like this. How is this cell misbehaving now? Okay, don't worry, I'll fix it later. Okay, so this is top alignment. It went up. If I do middle alignment, it came down. If I do this down alignment, this down alignment, it went down further. Now if I do left, this thing is already on left alignment. That's the default this thing. If I do middle alignment, notice it went to the middle. If I now want it to come from the left, it went to the left. So that's just basically it about this alignment. This place not to do. I don't think you'll be needing it because me, I don't use it anyway. Let me. Okay. Maybe if we need it, so we'll use it. Honestly, I don't use it when I'm working. Then this wrap text. Okay, fine. Now let me do something for you. Now, if you see this monthly budget now, if you look at it very well, you see that this monthly budget is not coming out very well, right? There's some part of it that is cut, but it doesn't mean that it's not monthly budget that is written on that particular cell. So if you want to be seeing everything, or maybe you don't want to expand it, because me, I don't like working with plenty spaces, like especially when it comes to the rules. I don't like working with plenty spaces. I like seeing everything I'm doing. And of course, at some point you're going to work with large data. So what I do is I simply wrap the text. Let's say for instance it was inside. I'll just go and do wrap text. It comes out really well now, right? You can see everything inside the cell. Like that general we wrote that time. Let's try it again. General. And expand this. Okay, let me reduce it a little. Okay, it went to all of this. So maybe I don't want to shift this cell. I don't want to just shift the row and make it and expand it. I can just go to wrap text. Then it brings it down. Now there's this is just for experimental. Don't do it like this, because if you have maybe you have plenty words inside one cell, that's when you can do your wrap text. But don't do it when you have just one word, because it's going to be a disaster. apparently you're already seeing what this one looks like. You don't want it to look like that. You just want to expand the cell so that it will contain the word, because it's not such a big word per se. And then reduce your font size. I intentionally increase the font size so that it will exceed that particular thing. And I already talked about referencing a cell and all of that. So that's it for that. Then merge and center. Okay, let's say I don't want to wrap these texts, and I want to okay, view January 2019. I'm just trying to populate this so that we'll have something to work with. I don't want to work with already the one that they already populated. So at least March 2019, right? Okay, this is it. What else? What else am I putting here? Okay, let me just put total. Good. Okay, now name you want to. This is the topic, right? This you're working on your monthly budget. You're working on your monthly budget, so you really want to extend this thing. You want it to be in the middle. You want it to look nice because your presentation matters. Also, you want it to look nice. This is where I use the merge and center. So this is I want these cells on top of this place now, because these are the cells I'm working with. So I would want my monthly budget to come out really beautiful. I want it to come out here on the at the top. So what I do is I'll do merge and center. I'll just click on merge and center. Notice it now merged all the cells here, right? And then put everything at the center for you. Now you can design this thing too. We didn't touch these two colors here. We didn't touch these two colors here. So this color now is the fill color. So let me click on it. Yellow. It comes out in yellow, right? It has colored your heading or whatever. Then if you want to color your heading also, let me undo Ctrl Z, and I want to color this place. Instead of me to carry, let's say you're working with a large amount of data, instead of me to, and you're working maybe somewhere around the bottom, and you're working and then you're working and you want to color fill, right? You can do Alt, then HH. Hold down your Alt key, press H 2 times. Please try it out and give me feedback. Hold down the Alt key and then press H 2 times. Who has done it? Who has done it, please? Are we still here? Can you hear me? What?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay. Permi, have you done it? Hold down the Alt key, click on H, the letter H twice. Have you been able to do that?
Yeah, I got it. Perfect.
Okay. It brought out the other the few colors, but
Yes,
so
it
you
did.
can change, you can tweak it any color you want. You can put it on any color, whatever color you feel is perfect, or maybe the people you're working with, or maybe the company, their color is yellow or blue or whatever. That's actually one of the determinants of choosing colors in Excel. If you want to do presentations, you have to, if the color, if whatever thing you're working on, the people you're working with, their color is obviously every brand have their color, right? So if their color is red, you go to red, see red here, you go and click on red for them. It makes it even more beautiful, and it makes them like it resonates with them. That's how it works. Then this monthly budget, that's the wordings, the characters inside. You can also change it here. You know this place that has beside the color fill, right? There's this other letter A, capital letter A around it. So you can click on that capital letter A, and okay, let's say you want to make the monthly budget, the letterings come out in white. It comes out in white. You can just use it. This is for aesthetics. You can just use it to design it, make it final, make it look more presentable. Like I said earlier, I know I talk fast, but we're recording this class so that you can revisit it at any point. I'm going to be sharing it so you can revisit it anywhere you have any confusion. You can draw my attention to it, right? So that's it for that. Sorry for that. Okay, so where do we go now? Um, what else are we going to talk about? Okay, let's just do common shortcuts in Excel. For you to be efficient with work, especially when you're working with a large data, you have to at least get accustomed with. Sorry, what's going on here? Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I think my other
Yes,
one, my
yes, we
other
can.
thing logged out. So okay, let's just do like I said, if you're working with a large amount of data, you have to know shortcuts. Me, I don't know plenty shortcuts, so I don't know plenty, but I know basic shortcuts that I can use to make my work efficient. So I already told you if you want to close an Excel workbook, you can use Control W to close an Excel workbook. Then if you want to do find and replace, I really think I need this thing. Please let me get um let me get an existing workbook already. Sorry about that, but I need it. We need it for this class. Let me check my inbox. I should get one from here. Um okay, I think I'll have it here. Where is this mail? Okay, let me get this. It's downloading. Okay, let me check for it. My downloads. That's if it has finished downloading. Okay, it's here already. It's coming out in 2013. It's coming out in Excel 2013. Because this is obviously 2013. Oh god, I need to delete this 2013. So anything that comes out here comes out let me try. Open with. It's not even giving me option. Okay, let me open it with this. Just hang on. We need this particular yeah. Good. Okay, now let me also tell you something. With this, when you get a data, if you get this data set online, right, it's going to, as long as you're using 2019, because it doesn't want you to just download anything. It's just going to give you something like this. If you want to edit this thing now, you won't be able to edit it unless you enable this editing here. Can you see the enable editing?
Yes.
Yeah, you have to enable it. If you want to touch this file, you have to enable it, right? You just have to enable the editing. I think sometimes it's also from what the other person set it with, maybe the person sharing and all. So okay, I need to delete this. Okay, fine. So this is what we were talking about. What was I even talking about when we got to this place? Okay, I wanted to show you something in Control H. That is this thing I use in Control H. Control H is find and replace. Has anybody seen Three Idiots? That movie, Three Idiots.
Definitely have to go and watch this movie.
Yes, yes, you need to. There was this part where the guy already prepared his speech. Then the friend went and changed everything. Like the guy was okay. The enemy is not his friend. The guy he wanted to just say this beautiful speech and then raise the school principal's ego. Like he just wanted to massage his ego. Then the guy he was working against saw it and went and changed everything. Like where you have nice person, the guy will go and change it to idiots,
Oh.
right? So what he did was he highlighted all those places that is nice person and then replaced it with idiots.
Mm.
So that's what happened there. So now why I'm making reference to it is this is exactly what happens here too. When you I don't know if people are requesting to join. Please, if anybody requests to join, let me know because this my other phone has exited the meeting. So if I want to, on this Excel sheet now, let's say I want to do it for this row now. Everything that has to do with S here, like this is southeast, south, south. I want to replace find, I will say find S. Once you do control H, you do find S and replace it with, what do we replace it with now? Let's replace it with T. No, do we have T already here? Let's replace it with, let's say Z. Yes, let's use Z. Then you say replace all. Click on, once you click on replace all, now it's showing you the number of S that you've replaced with Z here, which is 652, right? You click OK and close. Look at this place now. Shebi is now showing Z in all of it. Even the east that has S has turned to Z. The south south that has SS has turned to south south, right? You use it, when you use it mostly is in data cleaning, because if people will bombard you with nonsense data, they'll just give you nonsense and you have to work on the data. You have to clean it. You have to make sure that whatever you're doing, it has to be clean enough for you to use and work on Excel, right? So you have to take note of these things. Maybe you have blank spaces. Let's say I have blank here. Let me type blank. Let me type blank again. Okay, blank, blank, then blank. Now I don't know, I don't think it's up to 5, but maybe around 5 or 6. So this is, I have blanks here. Now I want to replace these blanks. Now I'll do Control H, replace blank. You say find what? Find blank and replace it with what? South south. Let's use south south. Must come and spell south south. Yeah. So south south. Then replace all. Look at it now. It has shown me the number of blanks I have now. It's saying 5 replacements, right? And I was saying we have about 5 to 6 blanks. Okay. Then close. Now, if you look at these blanks now, you can actually look for, now it has introduced southeast. This, everything here was southeast. It has introduced south south. Look at south south here. This is south south. Let me do Alt HH. You see, where is this one running to? Alt HH. You see the view, right? This is south south. Now you can also use this fill color to do for, you can use it to highlight a lot of things, find and replace, but not find and replace in this form. So okay, do you have okay, that's it for now. Let's just leave it, because we don't have this file and I'm going to be sharing it. I'll share this file, this particular one, November 2023. I'll share it with us on the group, so that you can just walk around it. You can use it to experiment and all of that. So I already spoke about Control S, which is save, Control C, copy. Okay, let's say I want to highlight all of these things here now. I can click on, notice there is this inverted triangle here. Is it inverted? Maybe, I don't know whether it's inverted. That is the right word to use, but whatever. So there's this inverted triangle here. Can you see it? At the topmost, on the cells, or topmost left, on top of number 1. Can you see it?
Sorry, please, can you go over that part again?
The find and replace.
Yes.
Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, let's see on this file now. Let me even do for, instead of doing it row by row, let me do for everything here. I want to highlight all of the file, the numbers, everything I have on this spreadsheet, on this particular sheet now. I want to highlight all of them. And for all of them, I want to find and replace a particular thing. So I can say Control H is find and replace, right? So it will ask me, what do you want to find? That's the dialog box there. It will ask you, what do you want to find? So you can say that, okay, I want to find O, letter O, right? And
Yes.
replace it with letter Y, right? Where it will say tell you you replace with letter Y. Then you click on replace all. You click on replace all. See what you're seeing here now. There's this other dialog box that just opened at the top. It's saying 2,849 letter O's. That's what you're replacing, right? If you
Yes,
click
yes.
on OK, just click on close, you find out that all of the letter Y, the letter O's have been converted to letter Y. Look at them now. Look at this one here now. It's now, we did Z before. So it's now ZY. This is supposed to be South South. Okay, now this Jude Aneto is now Aneti. This clever is now this O. It used to be O here. So anywhere you see Y here, just know that what was there was letter O. And why I had to speak about it is because you'll be working with numbers. Sometimes you get a data set, especially when you're working with numbers. Sometimes you won't even need it for letterings. But when you're working with numbers, you get this data set, you will see people, this data collection is people that do data collection, right? Let's even work with numbers here because we have more of numbers here. Now you're having maybe this place now is blank, right? Nothing there, maybe zero. The person did not even remember to put this one, or the person just skipped it, or for one reason or the other, the person did not see the detail there. This is zero. So I'm placing them back with zero, right? Now, if you're working on this data now, you cannot say you can't make up for it. Do you get? You cannot just go and add any number to it. Sometimes people add numbers, maybe if the data is consistent, as you're seeing 2,520 for here, right? You can just be like, oh, this data is consistent, so I assume this place is going to be 2,520. But it's just based on mere assumptions because you're not even correct. You don't even know if it's that 2,520, or maybe that other one is another, like K, you're seeing 14,700. So possibly it's 14,700, but you're having zeros here now. And now you want to, maybe you've already worked, and probably you've done a previous job, and you've seen the consistency of the data, right? You can now say, okay, since I'm not working with anything here, I can just decide to say one, to put one there. Since it was zero, I can decide to put, in fact, don't even put one. You can just say, okay, let me put 2,520. Since I have, for the most numbers you're seeing here is 2,520. So you can just click on that. You can highlight this entire row. To make this thing easy, you can just place your cursor on top of any row you want to highlight. Click on it, it highlights, right? So you can highlight this. We are working with N, row N. So you can highlight row N. So column N. You can highlight column N and click on Control H, Control key plus H. It will tell you it will give you what to find. What do you want to find? What do you want to replace it with? Do you understand it? So if I want to find the zero is there, I'll just put zero there. Then I want to replace it with 2,520. 2,520, right? You just click on replace all. Now look at the replacement. It's telling me 31. Oh, there are zeros there before. Okay, 31, right? You now click on okay, yeah, why you saying this is because I'm having other zeros at the back. Well, let's see what it will give. So close. Okay, close. What's going on? It didn't work on this. Did I highlight it before I did it? You already did it and I don't want to replace it. Okay. Yeah. I don't even know if I highlighted. Did I highlight? What's going on? Let me do it again. Control H. There is zero. Then find one now. Okay. 2,520. Did you notice what happened? When I was saying there are already other zeros around, so it's definitely going to work on other zeros around it. right? But you can do this thing. Look at how you can also do this and it will be easier for you. Look at how you can do this. Control Z and it will be easier for you. But then that's actually how it works. Forget that we are getting it now worked on the entire cell, but you can just click on. I don't know why. Wait, I have to do this again. Control H. 0 replaced with, okay, replace all. Okay. Name. Abi, did I press any other thing that is not 0 here? It's giving me an error answer. Okay, okay, okay. Let me say something too. This thing, do you know what? There are so many reasons why you can give this thing. Do you know why? It's affecting, when we did it, it also affected these numbers because there's a formula existing on this Excel sheet. If you click on this Excel now, this cell now, it will give you T6 multiplied by 21. Are you seeing it on the formula bar? Can you see it on the formula bar? Here. Are we still here? Maybe I've exited the call and I did not know.
No, we are still. I'm still here.
We are here.
Okay. So what I was saying is, when I did it, it gave me error messages, right? So I had to now start troubleshooting to check for where the error message is coming from. You find out that this formula now, like this cell, if you click on any of these cells now, right, it has a formula on the formula bar. It's also something, is a trick you need to know. It's a trick you need to know. Sometimes, um let me show you something with that other thing we were working on. Okay, now let's say I have 700 here. I have 200 here. If there's any confusion, just let me know. But I just want you to get why that thing is doing, because you encounter it one or two times, especially when you're working with a data that has already been given to you. Why am I having this thing up? Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, so okay. Now let's do equal to. You're going to still learn all of this sum. So I do sum, enter. Now if you click on this cell now, I did summation for all of these things. Now I'm going to teach you this thing. Just don't bother about it. I want to clear you on why that other one is misbehaving, right? This whole thing now, I did auto sum on all of these things and I'm getting the summation of all of them, right? Now if I want to work on this cell now, it will be difficult for me to work on this cell. Okay, let's say for instance now, let me highlight it again and do find and replace. Control H. If I want to say, okay, 0, we replace it with 220, 25, is it 2520, right? Okay, close. We have zeros there. So, okay, replace all, close. Hold on, 10 replacements. Thank you. This cell, look at this cell now. Let me extend this so that you can see whatever it's in this cell. Look at this cell now. This particular cell, this last cell now. If I click on this is what is going to be showing me. If I click on this cell B3, it will show me the number on cell B3, right? If I click on cell B4, it will show me the number on cell B4. If I click on cell B5, it shows me the number on cell B5. If I click on cell B8, look at what it shows me. Can you see it? Hello? Come on, are you there?
Yes, yes.
I think someone wants to join. I don't even
No,
know.
I was raising my hands like we are here.
Okay. Okay, good. So what I'm trying to tell you,
Yeah.
rather what I was trying to tell you is cells. There are cells that are not just ordinary cells. They're not just like this one now is an ordinary cell because just enter the straight number into it, right? There are some other cells that are not just ordinary cells because you've done a mathematical calculation on it. So sometimes if you're working, it will not align with whatever you're doing. So it's also important that you pay attention to it. Like this cell now, this 2250. This 2250 is not an ordinary cell. It already have a mathematical calculation on it. So let's say you want to reference it and use it and do another job, and you're looking at it as per it's still this 22,000, 2250. It's not 22,250 anything, no, right? It doesn't work like that. So when you're working with cells, like that message you gave me, I already know what to expect. Like I was expecting something, and then eventually it didn't give me what I was expecting. And then I had to now start troubleshooting for what the problem is. And I found out that there is a mathematical calculation on it. Look at it. You can see it, right? You click on any of these cells, there's a mathematical calculation on it. So it's not going to, like, if you do any other thing on it, it's not as if it's not going to, it might give you some answers, oh, but it will not be correct. It will make your data it will just make your data dirty. That's just it. It will make your data dirty, right? So you have to pay attention to these things as well. So I believe you got that thing, or you want me to do it again for you? Fermi, did you get it? Is it that my network is lagging or something?
Yeah. I got it. I got it.
Okay, so that's how it happens. Okay, good. Let's get back to our worksheet. All right, so that's for someone's mic is on. Please mute your mic. Okay, so for control undo is control Z. These are basic things, you need to know them. Control Z is for undo. So if you want to remove this thing, you want to delete, to remove cell content or anything like this general, now I want to remove it, I'll just delete it. You can even click on your delete button on your laptop and it just goes off. I'll just delete it. Then control N, I already told you have to introduce a new this thing. I've told you about control in that's opening a new worksheet for control N. If you want to bold in something, control B. Like let's say for instance I want to bolden all of these subtitles, I can just highlight all of them and do control B. It's boldens on its own. Like normally it will just go there, it will bolden. Okay, good. So let's go to this thing now. um okay, let me start with January 19. If I click on this January 19, notice something about this place, this particular tab, this custom tab here, right? If I click on bill, it turns to general, right? If I click on electricity, it's on general. If I click on 200, it's on general. If I click on January 19, 2019, it's on custom. Are you seeing it? Please confirm you're with me. Can anybody see this? Can anybody hear me? Is my network lagging?
I think we are raising up our hands.
Please don't raise your hand. As I'm working now, I don't want to divide my screen. If I divide my screen, if I divide my screen, it's going to be this way, and what you'll be seeing will be small. It will be tiny, right?
Mm.
So if it's only when I divide my screen that I can see what people are doing here. This is where you are. Let me see.
Ah,
That's the only time I can see what people are doing here. But when if I click on full screen, I won't be seeing anything.
okay.
So just if I request for feedback, just unmute your mic and talk. Okay, so this thing is custom because it's not a number, it's not the general thing. And there's something that is really, really important, you know. It's the fact that there are two things Excel recognizes. numeric values and text values. Is either is a text or is a number. Every other thing you're putting on it, Excel does not know that thing. But there are exceptions, and these exceptions are built in the formulas, which you just get accustomed to. One thing I need to say is this, right? You cannot learn Excel in one day. If we finish this class, it's advisable you go and look at what we've done, try to do it on your own. If you have to watch videos on YouTube, I don't mind. If you even tell me to recommend, I can recommend for you. But then if you just feel okay, maybe if I finish learning it now, I've learned it, it's not true. Because there's so many things, there are so many things you need to you even see online. But then one thing about Excel also is that in Excel you can do one thing in 10 ways, like 10 different ways, and they will give you the same results. That's another thing with Excel. So let's go ahead. So let's go to January 19, custom. If I want to, let's say I want to write January 20, let me not even put it that way. Let me say January 01. I'll be January 01 slash 1st of January 2019. 2019. Leave this place. It gives me January 2019 bar. The formula bar is giving me 1st of January 2019. You see why it's always important for you to pay attention to this formula bar, right? So now let me click on this. There's date here. There's a provision for date here. Okay. This is date, long date. Let me expand this. You'll see the long date. You see, Tuesday, January. It now told you, okay, January 1st of January 2019 was on a Tuesday, right? So it just gives you this thing. You want a short date. There is also an option for short date. This is long date. This is short date. You can get this. You can work with this, right? If you also want it, okay, I think this is basically it. And then there are some dates that comes with time. Let's we didn't put time, but let's see if this is gonna work. Okay, here now, look at it. 12 a.m. 1st of January, 12 a.m. So these things are things you can tweak. You can use your long dates, you can use your short dates, whatever it is you want to use. You can just know how to use these things. Personally, I don't like using long dates. I just like my dates very short, like very, very short. Like this one, especially when you have to work with specific dates, you just have to I'll put the numbers there, and definitely you see them. I'm expanding this thing because I want to teach you something later. We're not done populating this. Okay, let me there's okay, good. So here you can check for the dollar sign. If you want to check for currency, whatever currency, maybe you're populating something and you want to use currency for it, you can just click on this place, click on currency. It's supposed to give me options. I don't know why it's not giving me options, but you can still come down here, this drop down, this thing here. You can click on it. There is US dollars, there is this pounds, this euro, this is Chinese yen, Abi. Then this is I don't know, this is for Switzerland. So maybe if you click on more accounting format, it's going to give you all of whatever you need. Then percentage. If you want to add percentage to whatever you're doing, you can add your percentage from here. Then also there is this maybe you put something, you put a number, and then it gives you decimal. Let's put this in dollars. Let me use US dollars here. Did you see? It's giving me decimal. Can you see it? Hello, please unmute. Say something. Say something. Say something.
Yes, yes, we are seeing it.
Yeah. So you can look at these numbers here on this accounting, right? There are these tiny numbers, tiny decimals that is shifting to the left and shifting to the right. There is arrow to the right and arrow to the left. So you can reduce this. You can just remove all those things. Once you click on this one that goes to the right, it will remove decimals there. If you click on the one that goes to the left, it will enter more decimals for you. So this is how I clean this one. Okay, so that's that. I'm not going to do conditional formatting today. It's a lot, like it's a lot, but we can handle other things. It's a lot. I think we'll do it as a separate class. Now, there's something I want you to know. We are going to use the populated table already. So here, Let me do this. Okay, I'm not done yet. We're coming down. Okay, if you notice, on this table now, I intentionally did this so that we can learn something. Sometimes you download. In fact, most times when you get data online, they appear like this. They are clustered, very very clustered. You can see it, right? Hello, 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 hello. People of God, oh, are we still here?
Yeah.
Okay, so my data is clustered. I think you can see that it's clustered, right?
Yeah.
How many people do I still have on this call? We're still
Yeah.
complete like this. So, okay, so my data is clustered. Most times when you get data online or if you're working with any data, it will be clustered. Most times it's clustered, usually clustered. So what do you do if you see this kind of thing? Simple. They're like this. You need to just open up the cells. You need to know what is in the cells. I'm seeing this one is hash hash hash. I'm seeing this one. I'm not even seeing what is on the cell. It's very simple. You see this inverted whatever here on top of one. I don't know what to be calling that thing, but let's use inverted triangle. That inverted triangle on top of one where my mouse is hovering. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, just click on it. It will highlight everything on this cell, like highlight the entire workbook, I mean worksheet. Sorry, spreadsheets. Me, I don't know. These terms used to be difficult for me sometimes. So once you highlight it, click on. You see these tiny lines. Let me show you the lines I'm talking about. You see these lines here. All these lines that runs down. You're seeing them, right? These lines that runs
Mm.
down. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So these lines now, we are going back to that this thing again. Is still highlighted. Click on it, just double click, right? Drag all of them spaces. Have you seen it now? Now you can see what you're working with. It's really simple. Just highlight all of them, double click and drag. It will just open up the cells for you. Now, also, if you feel like, oh, there's a lot of space, you feel, oh, look at this space, I'm not using it for anything. Look at this space, I'm not using it for anything. You can still do the same thing. It's still highlighted. But you can still highlight it again. Eh? I don't want this. I think there's a lot of space in it. I just want to reduce the spaces. You bring it back. Did you see? You reduce the spaces too. Now, if it's just left for you to reduce as much as you want, increase as much as you want, and then also if you feel that your screen is small, the letterings are small, and you want it to be bigger, here, look at this place down here. Down top, I see down, is it down left, Abby? Yeah, right, yeah, right. This down part on the right. Can anybody see it? Please feedback.
Yeah. Yeah. You were seeing.
Okay. There is, if you look at this place, there's a scale here. There's a scale, there's a minus scale, there is a plus scale. So this thing is just a zoom scale. If you There is also something in the middle, or just I don't know where yours will be, but whatever, it's supposed to be in the middle. Now you can decide to drag this thing like this, drag it backward, drag it front. The if you're going towards the plus sign, it increases. If you're going towards the minus sign, it also decreases. And for some reasons, if you want to check your data, you don't know the number of data you were given, you can just minus minus, it will just bring it down for you. You can now decide, okay, this is where this thing got to. Okay, this is how it is. Look at the data I'm working with. You can also, but if you want to just increase it, for someone like me that wears glasses, I like it very bold. I just like working with my data bold, like very very bold, right? So this is the interface when you increase and when you reduce. What else am I going to teach you? I'm supposed to talk on border, but I will talk on border next week. Next that should be on Friday. Our time is fast spent already, so we just do till 10:30 and then we close. Okay, so I've taught you this one now, so you can just move it. You can expand your cells. You want to know what is written inside your cells also. Okay, now We will not do format as table now. We're going to do all of that later. Cell styles. Yeah, I think let's do cell styles. It won't take long. So for cell styles now, okay. Let's say let me highlight this row 2 and I go to cell styles. If I click on cell styles now, these are styles that you can. If you want to add your new style, if you want to, let's say you put on this, it assumes this thing. You put on the 40%, it just assumes the style there. If you put if you put on accent, it assumes the style there. Now, if you also, let's say you want to create your new style, like maybe you're not just comfortable with all of these things, you can just click on new style, right? What do we name it? Let's name it Chidinma. We name it Chidinma, and then we format. Click on, just remove anytime you're working with this thing, just remove this number. I don't like having this number here because it can scatter a lot of things for you. Just remove the number, uncheck the number, then go to format. If you format, if you go to fill, let's say I want to use green color on it. Go to border, you want to use one border on it. Like this way you do this thing, you drag it to this place, yeah. Then you drag it to this place. So you this is you just this is I don't touch on so much of these things though. I just want to do something that you can choose fonts too. You can decide, okay, I want to use this font, right? This is one when you want to customize. This is really not important, but just for the sake of it, let's just go through it and know, okay, this is how it works. You can click on OK, and then once you click on OK, you come back to this place, but highlight this thing again. Oh, you have to highlight it again and go to cell styles. Now look at that Chidima we created. Look at it here. Look at it. If you go to the cell styles on top, look at, you see, so you find out that there's Chidima there. Can you see it here? The green box on top.
Yeah.
So those things are just for aesthetics. You can, like I said, I don't expect you to get it immediately because you're not used to working with Excel, but you can revisit this class. You can also ask questions. I don't mind. Even if it's not class day, you can ask me questions. Once I'm home, I can just open my system and tell you, okay, this is how to do it. Okay, so that's that for cell styles. Then insert. If you want to insert cells, you want to insert rule sheet. Let me teach you. I don't like using all this insert here. That thing is a long journey. If I want to insert rule now, this rule here. Do I remember? Yeah, I know. I think it's control plus. Good. Okay, now I know, I remember it exactly. So now let me tell you something. You might be working on this thing now, and let's say you have a data you're working with, and after electricity, you have gas. After gas, you have what again? You have bread. Let's say you have bread and you skipped it when you were doing your data entry, right? And you now went to put water and waste and groceries. Guess what? If you now want to, if maybe you look at it again and you be like, ah, God, I did not put this bread where it's supposed to be, and you don't want to put it down, you just want the bread to be in position. Look at what you do. You just, that place you want it, click on it, right click, highlight that row. Do control and shift, like control, bring how do you even say it? Press your control key, press your shift key, and press the plus sign. Did you notice what happened? He added another cell for you. He added another row for you to put your bread comfortably. So you hold down your control key, hold down your shift key, and then press your plus sign. That plus button that has minus and plus close to the backspace. Just press it. Please do it. Let me even be sure you are following me. If you do it, please let me know, so I'll be sure you've done it so we can go ahead.
Mm.
Did you get it? Okay, so you just basically what you just need to do is hold down your Control Shift and plus. Then okay, let's just add the bread. Abi make we just leave am. No, just add am. Bread 300. Okay, now you can, let's say you also have you want to put, maybe you were supposed to put January and you're supposed to put February, and maybe you now went and put February here, or maybe you don't even remember. In fact, you did not remember to put February. Let's delete this thing. Or if we delete it, we'll do a lot anyway. But let's not just delete it, abeg. It's going to be a longer process. So let's leave it like this. Now, you want to put February. In fact, let's convert this to March. March 2019. What did I press? I think I did something. What did I press? What did I press? What was here? Did I merge this cell? What's going on? Come on. I think I mistakenly pressed something. Okay. So here, this is March, right? I want us to, I don't know what's going on, but I need to remove this thing. Let me put, okay, this is already March. And okay, this is already March. And this is April. Let me put April here. April 2019. Okay. Now the February is missing. You're supposed to put February is supposed to come before March, but and you want to put your February here. This is simple. Just click on, highlight this C, column C. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Highlight it, do Control Shift plus, it enters. Now, if you don't want to do Control Shift plus, Control Z, if you don't want to do Control Shift plus, just highlight it. Make sure, and while holding it down, like right click.
Wait, is it if you press on Control Shift then plus?
Yes, hold down your Control Shift, your Control and your Shift key, and then plus.
Okay.
But then, if that process is cumbersome for you, what you just need to do is highlight this column C, where you want to put whatever it is you want to put. Highlight it. Right click on your this thing, on your cursor. Right click, and what do they call that thing? A mouse pad, Abi? I don't even remember. But whatever it's called. If you right click, you will see insert. Look at insert here. Please, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you following? Are you doing these things I'm doing?
Yeah.
So once you click on, once you right click and click on insert, it will bring out another column for you. So you can just put your February. You can put your February. So instead of you to instead of you to delete everything you have done and then start all over again to populate the cells, you just have to just put it. If you want to put it from the columns, you put it. I noticed something. Let's go back. It was C here. This was column C. We now added, it still maintained its column C, and then shifted the other column C to column D. Do you understand? So it's better you do it like that instead of deleting your cells and then going all over again. Now, okay, is it 12:30 yet? Or be 10:30 yet? No, it's not. So what else? Okay, let me just also teach you this one before we go. Okay, so I'm going to be using the already populated cell for this one. So for this, there's something we call filtering. Filtering is one part of Excel that you cannot overlook, no matter how much you try. It's just one part of Excel that you cannot overlook. And this is how filtering works. Let me remove this. Okay. So notice In fact, let's go back to our this thing. Notice here, all these places now, they're just on their own. And if I want to pick a number on this column and work with, I won't be able to do it. I won't be able to do it. I'll explain this on this Excel sheet, and also I'll also explain it with the one that is populated, so that you understand these things how they work basically. So here now, let's say I want to just pick out this electricity. I can't do anything. If I want to pick out 600 naira, I can $600. I cannot pick it out. But then there's something you can do. You introduce filtering. Once you introduce filtering on it, you'll be able to pick out whatever you want to pick. Now, this is how filtering works. Look at this place. There's a funnel, something that looks like a funnel, AZ funnel on the right, topmost right. Topmost right. Please let me know if you get there, and if you've gotten there. Once you click on it, it's going to give you an array of options. There's one that looks like a funnel. Filtering is just more like a funnel thing. You click on that filter. It has the word filter on it. Then you click on that filter. Once you click on it, oh, really? I didn't highlight this when I was doing this. So let me just highlight again. So I go to filter. I click on filter. Why is it not introducing all of this for me? Okay, sorry. I'm supposed to highlight all of the cells, not just one. So if you notice here, it's introduced an inverted this thing, small box with inverted triangle inside. Small white box with inverted triangle inside. Now this is how I did this. I know there was this confusion when I was doing it, because now I highlighted. If I want to highlight this row now, I'll just click on that too. Did you see it? If I want to highlight this row, if I want to highlight row 3 now, I'll click on 3. It will highlight all of row 3. If I want to highlight row 2, I'll click on 2. It will highlight all of row 2. Now, for me to introduce my filter, I highlighted row 2, then went to the filter, clicked on filter, and it introduced filters on each of the columns, right? If you I don't know, are you following me? I want you to get this part. I don't want to pass this part without anybody getting it. Did you understand what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Yeah.
click on it. Now, if I want to pick out anything, good. If you want to pick out anything, it's easy for me. I'll just click on that box, right? What did you see here? It gave me all the things. If I want to just pick out, okay, let's say I want to just see bread. I want to know what bread is looking like, what is on bread. I can just uncheck all, this select all. You can just click on that small box that has good by the side. Once you click on it, every other selection goes off. You now come and click on bread because it's bread I want. I'll click OK. It brings out bread. Are you seeing it? Okay, let's go to this one that has that this stuff is already populated. Sorry. Oh god, it's going to keep going back to this place because I was working with them interchanging. I was interchanging all over. Okay, yeah, I remember. I can close and open again. Don't save. I want us to just learn this one, the last one before we go. I know it's late already and we started quite late. So let me open this. I'm going to delete this 2013 here. I don't even know what it's doing there. So let's open with okay. So sorry, just so we get this. This will be the last one we take so we can go to bed. I know it's late already. Okay, so this is it. These boxes already have filters. So let me uncheck the filters. We'll do it again, right? So I want to introduce filters to this thing. I want to be able to pick out numbers. I want to be able to pick out whatever it is I want to pick out without having to stress myself. Now, let's say for instance, this number 7, Wasiu Alade. I want to know about Wasiu Alade, and I don't want to know about. In fact, let's not use Wasiu. Wasiu is a simple thing. I want to use a complex one so that when you see it, you will know. You will know how to do it. It will be easy for you. Okay. This total price now. If you notice, there are different total prices here. 234,445 naira, 234,400 and whatever, whatever. There are just different prices here. But now I want to pick all the products, all those products that have that were sold, that the total price is 234,445. Now, how do I do it? Follow me. Once you click on these two, it will highlight all of these headings for you, right? Go to the filter, that AZ funnel thing. Click on it. Introduce filter. Just click on filter. It's just one click. Click on filter. It comes on. It introduces the small boxes there, right? So now I want to pick out all the products that were sold at 234,445 naira. What you just need to do is click on that small box. There are, can you see this? Let me increase it. I want you to get it really well. Oh, if I increase it, you'll not see all the prices again. But let's see what we can do. Okay, right? I click on, oh, I'm even past the XF. So I click on this total prices now. There are boxes, tiny boxes by the side, right? And they are marked. Should be you're seeing those good there. I'm taking my time to teach this because you're going to be needing it a lot. No matter what you're working on, you'll be needing this thing. Are you seeing those tiny boxes that has small good inside?
Yeah.
Please respond.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Now you have to uncheck all of them. That is the first part is select all. So you just click on the select all. You will see that it will deselect all of them. It will uncheck all the boxes, right? Now, what are we looking
Yeah.
at? What are we looking for? The products that were sold at 234, 234,445 naira. Now there's this scroll
No,
bar
I
here.
like that. I think this one is not the total.
No. This is not the total. This is what what we are looking for is the total price. These are prices of products. Let me even start. These are prices of products,
Okay. Okay.
right?
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to pick out all the products that were sold at 234,445 naira, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So you click on that small box, right? When you click on that small box, this select all, that first one, that select all, uncheck it.
Yeah. So
You
everything will
deactivate
deselect.
it. Yeah, you deactivate it. Now, there's a scroll bar down here. Why you're having this scroll bar is because you're working with plenty data now. If you're not working with plenty data, the scroll bar might not be there, but because it has to accommodate a lot with different prices, so it's there. So I'll go down, just use my scroll bar, walk down, check for. We are checking for the one that is sold at 234,445 naira. Ba?
Yes.
This is it. So you click it. Let me, oh God, I can't. So this is it. So you click it. You check it, right? Once you check it, you click on OK. Did you notice what happened here? All these things now are coming out as 234,000 naira, right? These are products that were sold. Now, simple
Yes.
statistics. Simple statistics. If you want to know the total number, look at this place. Bottom left. There's a place my cursor is hovering around. Can
I'm
you
not
see
seeing
it?
your cursor.
Bottom left, bottom left, bottom left.
Okay. Okay. I've seen it.
You see, it's telling you 18 of 163.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it means the total number of data you have on this thing is 163. And the ones
Yes.
that were sold at
Four thousand
234,445
four hundred
is
forty-five.
18.
18. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So now there's also a tweak here, right? When you go up, when you go upwards, you find out that the first cell we are using here does not have it doesn't have this thing. It doesn't have any number, it doesn't have any prices, it doesn't have any product. It's just the heading. The first row is just the heading. So in everything
Mm-hmm.
you're doing, pay attention. If you don't pay attention, you're going to miss it. Always out of this 18 now that you've gotten, always remove your heading from it. So once you remove your heading, it becomes 17. Now let's count.
Okay.
Now let's count. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now look at it. Oh, did I even get it wrong?
That's
Okay,
7.
let's count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, this is actually 18. Oh, wow, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? I think it's from me. Anyway, like I said, always pay attention because sometimes it will take the number of, just be watchful of this. Sometimes what it does is it takes the number of your rows, of your columns. Let's say for instance, I have a total here. I have a total here. Let's say for instance, Metro Plus, I have this thing here, and this row now, there's nothing on it. Or maybe I even have something and I come and put, maybe, let me merge and center. I'll come and write, okay, what do I have here? Monthly budget. Monthly budget. This merge and center is going to be like this. I already told Priscilla how this thing works. Why is showing here? Okay, I already clicked out of the box and it disappeared because I highlighted all of row 3. So row 3 can run into so many numbers. But if you're specific about the highlighting, you can just do. I'm going to teach you that some tweaks about highlighting too. I'm going to do it in the next class. But then, so maybe I have something like this, right? Or on top, it might not even be here. It might be on top of this data. It might be on top of this row, this particular row now. So if you have it, just be careful. I think I got it wrong a little. Sorry, I got it wrong. I'm going to be accept this. I got it wrong. But then always be careful if you have a row that is not counting, a row where you don't have data, because that row will affect whatever number this thing is going to give you. It has happened to me before. That's why I am emphasizing on it. I got my entire calculation was wrong because I started working with it. So you just have to be very careful. So now already we know that, okay, when you do this, when you highlight all of these things, it gives you 18. But when you have extra row, maybe at the top or the bottom, be careful with it. Be careful with it because it can alter your number. It has happened to me and it dealt with me. After I ran all the calculations, they told me I should go and start afresh, and it was not funny, right? So just take note of these things. So basically, this 18 was very, very right. Is very, very right. So very, very right. So that mistake is from me. Don't take it. Okay, so this is it for filtering. Filtering, very important too. Very, very important too. Very, very important too. Let's say I want to filter for you can use filtering on numbers, you can use it anywhere. And remember, if you're filtering, if you already filtered a particular number, always remember to check. You see this cell now. Let's say for instance I filtered 51,000. Let's say okay. And then I want to filter again, and I want to filter again, and then I go down, scroll down to 123,740 and check again. Okay. Do you know what's going to bring out? It will bring out both those on 51,000 and those on 123. Look at it here. This is 123. Let me use alt here, church. You see, this is 123. This particular box now is 123. If you move down again, there's a possibility that you see 123. Now, it means it's only one product that was sold at 123 here. So if you're filtering, always ensure to uncheck the boxes because you might not know. If you're working with a large number of data, you won't know. There's no way you start going down, maybe going and start counting it one after the other. If you have 1 million this thing here, you will not go and start counting 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you're checking, and sometimes these things will go and hide where you not see them. Like this one now, this 151,000 is on the first this thing on the first page. Now you use your scroll bar and go down. That's where you find your 123. So your mind might even leave the fact that okay, I already highlighted something in the first place. So and then you now go and say, okay, it will give you a wrong number and you work with the number. And one thing about data analysis is that once you're working with the wrong number, it's difficult. You have to go back and then redo everything. Now, okay, what you do, like I said, always, anytime you're filtering, always ensure to uncheck everything. If you already have some things that were checked in your data set, just go to select all, select everything, then unselect all everything again. It clears every other selection you have there, right? Then you work with that. Okay, our time is up. I thought I even took it. I like we took extra 11 minutes. So please, guys, thank you very much for being here today. Like I said, this class is recorded, so I can
Thank you so much, Coach.
thank you. So I can do this thing. So quick one, how to divide the
Thank
screen.
you.
It's not part of the class, so but you can use um your Windows key. Like I want to divide this screen now and go back to my class. I can use my Windows key. If I want to take it to the right, I'll take it to the right with my right arrow key. If I want to take it to the left, I'll take it to the left with my left arrow key. So let me take it to the left. It comes here, so it shows me every other data, every other file I have open here. So this is my class. I go back to my class. I can decide, okay, I'll now make it full screen. Was it too much? Sorry.
No, it was very, very insightful. Thank you so much.
So, okay, let me stop recording.